There it is. The Fall Off by J. Cole. A long-awaited album that I've been waiting for a very, very long time. And today, we're going to go ahead and talk about that album. Excuse me. As you can see, I'm a huge J. Cole fan. I've been listening to J. Cole since I was a kid in 8th grade. I was 13 years old at the time. You know, I could talk about what J. Cole and his music means to me, but I feel like if you're watching this, then you already know what his music says and it relates to you in whatever way that may be. For me, it's just a place of peace and pure happiness, and it makes me remember the good times when I was a kid and the life I had and just growing up, what it meant to walk around high school with my earbuds on and listening to Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole or Logic or Eminem. I'm a big lover of rap and hip hop since I was a kid, and for me personally, I grew up, I think, at the best time for rap in general. I mean, I had Eminem, I had Kendrick Lamar, I had J. Cole, I had Kid Cudi, I had Lil Wayne. I had all these spectacular artists who are still doing it to this day. And to see J. Cole, one of my all-time favorites, hang it up, right? That's what he said he was going to do, hang it up. Well, man, it means a lot to me. And, you know, I'll go through it with y'all. You know, I have Kendrick Lamar right here. One of my favorite albums ever. Underrated, highly underrated. I've got Mac Miller, Circles. I love Mac Miller, man. Mac Miller has a special place in my heart. One of my favorite albums of all time. Kid Cudi, you know, this album I think came out at a time when I really needed him. And I love this album. Of course, 2014, Forest Hills Drive. This came out when I was a freshman in high school, man. Like, I remember listening to this in the hallways, and it's still one of my favorite albums ever made. And I recently purchased The Fall Off. Here we go. This is the back, this is the front. The Fall Off. And it's still in its wrapping paper. I'm never going to open this. Probably not until I'm really old. I have a record machine that my wife bought for me for Christmas that I like to play my vinyls on. And this is one of those that I want to wait for the right time to open. So I'm not going to open it for you all here today, but I do want to talk about the album. And it's been about a week now since it came out. So I've heard this album 1 through 10. I'm talking about this game, this could be all the songs at least 4 to 5 times. Let me be honest with you when I talk to you about this album, because like I told you, I've been waiting for this album for over 10 years, and J. Cole himself has hyped this album up a lot since he announced it on KOD. So, with all that being said, as a fan, I've been waiting for a long time. I'm talking about every other week going to iTunes and checking J. Cole's iTunes account, Apple account, and seeing if he dropped anything. Seeing if he dropped the album. For 10 years. It's finally here. And let me be honest. When it first came out, I didn't really like the album. Because it's not what I expected. I was expecting something else for J. Cole's final album. Something not similar to Forest Hills Drive. I'm never going to expect this from him again, because this is one of a kind. You know, a lot of people consider this his best work, and I would be one of those people that agrees. I think that this is his best work. However, you're not going to get this ever again. This is one and done. It's like Eminem's The Marshall Mathers LP #1. You're not going to get that again. You're not going to get this again. So I don't think I'm going to ever get that feeling that album gives me. No. But I was thinking I didn't get something different. You know, it's something more. I didn't like it at first. I was like, what the heck? But I know that some albums you have to listen to 1, 2, 3, 4 times before you can really understand the message. Okay, I get that. So what do? I listen to it again. The second time I listened to the album, a little bit better. I kind of understand what he's saying a little bit better, the song. You know, I'm starting to understand the flow of the album, where he's going, what he's talking about. Because the first time you listen to an album, it's all brand new, that it's just too much to take in, especially when it's 2 albums in one. It's just way too much, and you're not going to get all of it in one go. You have to break it down. At least that's how I understand music. The third time I listened to it, I started bopping my head a little bit. I was like, okay, I heard this before. I get it. I know what he's talking about. Oh, I didn't hear that part though. Boom, boom, boom. You know, I started making those connections. The fourth time I listened to it, I mean, by then I was already on shuffle. This was in my playlist. I was listening to it non-stop, just on shuffle. So I just wanted to hear, I didn't want to like hear the 1 through 10. I didn't want to hear both albums from beginning to end. I just wanted to listen to it all in one go, but on shuffle. And I did that. And once I did that, I was like, okay, wait, what song was that? Let me check my phone to see what song that was. What did he say? Well, hold up, wait a minute. And then I started doing my own little research and looking at the lyrics, and I was like, damn, I can't believe that. And then I heard it again and again and again and again. And to me, the fall off is not what I expected. The fall off is the fall off. It's a beautiful album. It really reminds me of Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, a very personal record if you've heard this before. If you haven't, I highly recommend you check this album out. But that is what this reminds me of. Me. In J. Cole's own way. So if you ask me, I don't think J. Cole's done. I think he has one more album before he calls it quits. He has his G and X that he has to drop, right? I don't know. I don't need it. If he dropped it, I'd be happy, but this is a way to go out, if you ask me. I mean, what more could you ask for, right? What more can you ask for as a fan? I mean, we have his entire catalog and then some. Have you heard Truly Yourz on YouTube? Have you heard his SoundCloud? There is so much music by J. Cole, and I'm sure he's hoarding a bunch more. I'm sure he's hoarding a bunch more somewhere in the studio. And we only have this much of it. But honestly, I love this album, The Fall Off. So much so that I wanted to make a video for y'all just to share my thoughts. To take time away from life and the daily activities and the grind and the working out, and just talk to you about something that matters to me, and that's music. And honestly, man, I'm just really happy with what we got, man. I can't complain. I mean, you know, J. Cole, from the beginning, said that this was going to be some of his best work. And if you listen to the album, if you just truly listen to what he's saying, and his wordplay, and his metaphors, and his similes, and his rhyme scheme, just listen to that. It's off the charts. It's beautiful, man. He's an artist. He's a real ass fucking poet. He's a rapper. He's rapping. Come on, man. The let out. Like, hits. Some of y'all may say that this album don't got any hits. That's a motherfucking hit right there. Listen to it. Woo! I don't want to play too much because I don't want my video to get taken down. My camera's about to die anyway. So, I just wanted to share with you my thoughts on this album, what I think of it. If I had to rank it right now, I'd give it an easy 9 out of 10. And I don't give it a 10 out of 10 because I haven't heard it enough times. This album in 10 years, it's going to be like the first time I heard it. I already know that. In 20 years, I'm going to go back to this album and I'm going to listen to it. And I'm going to find out things that I did not find out on the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth go. That's just the truth. So, with that being said, thank you, J. Cole, for everything that you've done for me personally, all the music that you've dropped, all the times that you've been there for me. I'm about to be a father. I'm so excited to be able to share this music with my son or daughter in the car on the way to school, to Taekwondo practice, the football games, whatever we're doing. We're going to be listening to your records. Kendrick Lamar, Mac Miller, Logic, Eminem. I mean, I'm very thankful and I love this album. Thank you. Go check it out and have a good night.